Hello everyone and welcome to this video where we could learn the weaknesses and the strength of the Filipino characters. Before we start our topic, I will introduce myself first. So, I'm Jonalyn C. Dilatari from BID 1B. For today's video, I'm going to discuss about the strength and the weaknesses of the Filipino characters. So first, let's define what is strengths. Strength is telling yourself that you are good enough, brave enough, and strong enough to overcome that obstacles. Because you can. It's realizing that you're capable of whatever you set your mind to. Strength is persevering. Strength is about being a fighter. Weaknesses is defined as a lack of strength or a character flaws or something that you cannot resist. When a beam is not strong enough to hold any weight, this is an example of a time when the weakness of the beam prevents it from holding weight.
The strengths of the Filipino characters. So the first one is the pakikipagkapwa-tao or regard for others in English. Filipinos are open to others and feel one with others. We regard others with dignity and respect and deal with them as fellow human beings. Because of pakikipagkapwa-tao, Filipinos are very sensitive to the quality of interpersonal relationships and are very dependent on them. If our relationships are satisfactory, we are happy and secure. Pakikipagkapwa-tao results in camaraderie and a feeling of closeness one to another. It helps promote unity as well, a sense of social justice. Under the pakikipagkapwa-tao is the pakikiramay or generosity in times of needs. So, tayo mga Pilipino, kahit na walang-wala na tayo, tayo pa rin ay nagbibigahan kahit kunti lang matira sa atin, like bagyo or mga baha, tayo pa rin ay nagbibigay ng mga kunting donasyon katulad lang ng mga damit dahil hindi natin alam yung iba sa atin ay nawala na ng bahay ng dahil sa bagyo or naano ang kanilang bahay dahil sa baha, like that. The second one is the bayanihan or mutual distance. As we see in the pictures, sa kanilang pagbuhat ng bahay that we call bayanihan, that. And the other example is in the barangay hall. Ginabuhat na to usahay mo voluntary tag-adto or means tagbo in the purok kay mangibot og sagbot or sa kanal limpyuhan nato ang kanal para dili kita madengge. The third one is hospitality. Tayo mga Pinoy ay may mga kagalian tayo na tayo ay marespeto tuwing tayo may mga bisita ay inaasikas talaga natin, pinapakain, pinapainom at saka ano pang pwede nating maibigay sa kanila. The fourth one is the Filipino sensitivity or ang pakikiramdam. Filipino sensitivity o pakikiramdam. Tinitignan muna natin ang isang tao, tinatansya muna natin bago pagsilataan ng ganyan dahil nasasaktan nun. Madali lang silang masaktan. So choose a person that have the same vibes with you. Fifth one is pagtitiwala or trust. Sa nakikita natin sa isang larawan, ito ay nangangahulugan na tayong mga Pilipino ay mapapagkatiwalaan sa anumang bagay o importanteng mga gawain. The last one is gratitude or ang utang na loob in Tagalog. As we can see in that picture, the two girls hug each other. So, tayong mga Pilipino ay may kaugalian tayong tumulong sa ating kapwa kahit di na naghihintay ng kapalit. The second strength of the Filipino characters is the family orientation. So, family orientation means genuine and deep love for the family. And family is the source of the personal identity, emotional and material support. And the third last one, person main commitment and responsibilities. Sa nakikita natin sa larawan ay isang buong pamilya ang ating una at huling masasandalan sa lahat ng problema. Pamilya din ang nagbibigay ng lakas para makayanan mo lahat ng mga problema. Sama-sama at pinagtutulungan ang mga bagay-bagay para ito'y matagumpayan at malampasan. Third strength of the Filipino characters are the joy and the humor. Joy in humor means cheerful and fun-loving, pleasant disposition, sense of humor. Tayong mga Filipino ay sobrang masayahin, lalo na kapag may nakasalubong humiti tayo, and then kahit mahirap lang sa buhay, napakasaya naman at kontento sa mga bagay-bagay na bigay sa atin ng Panginoon. Propensity for happiness that contribute not only to the Filipino charm but to the indomitability of Filipino spirit. In our trouble is an important coping mechanism, often playful, sometimes cynical, sometimes disrespectful. We laugh at those we love and those we hate, and make jokes about our fortune, good and bad. One of the strengths of the Filipino characters is the flexibility, adaptability, and the creativity. Filipino have a great capacity to adjust and to adapt to circumstances and to surrounding environment, both physical and social. And then, unplanned or unanticipated events are never overly disturbing or disorienting as the flexible Filipino adjusts to whatever happens. And also, we possess a tolerance for ambiguity that enables us to remain unfazed by uncertainty or lack of information. We are creative, resourceful, adept at learning, and able to improvise and make use of whatever is at hand in order to create and produce. The fourth one of the strength of the Filipino character is the hard work and the industry. So it means the hard work and industry. The Filipinos have the capacity for hard work given proper condition, the desire to raise one's standard of a living and possess the essential of decent life, one's family, combined with the right opportunities and incentives stimulate Filipino to work very hard. So it means tayo mga Pilipino ay masipag at matyaga talaga, kahit ano bang trabaho yan makakaya na natin. And then this is manifested most noticeable in a willingness to take risks with jobs abroad, to work to 2 or 3 jobs. So it means na tayo mga Pilipino iiwanan ng pamilya para pumunta sa abroad. May lakas na loob tayong harapin kahit ano pa yung pagsubok o trabaho, mahirap man o madali, makakaya natin. The result is productivity and entrepreneurship. So, for some, and survival despite poverty for others. Maraming mga Pilipino na ngayon ang mga successful nang dahil sa kanilang pagtsatsaga. So, the fifth one is the strength of the Filipino characters, which is the faith in the religiously. Filipinos have a deep faith in God. Innate religiously enables us to comprehend and genuinely accept reality in the context of God's will and plan. So tayo ay mga Pilipino ay maka-Diyos talaga. Palaging nagsisimba at nagpre-pray araw-araw. Those strategy and bad fortune are accepted, and some optimism characterizes even the forest lives. The fate of the Filipino is related bahala na, which instead of being viewed as defeatist resignation, may be considered positively as a reservoir of psychic energy, an important psychological support in which we can learn during difficult times. So this pampalakas ng loob allows us to act despite uncertainty. And then, the results of the Filipino faith are courage, daring optimism, inner peace, as well as the capacity to genuinely accept tragedy and death. The last one, the strength of the Filipino characters, is the ability to survive. It means that the Filipino have an ability to survive, which is manifested in our capacity for endurance despite difficult times, in our ability to get by on so little. Filipinos make do with what is available in the environment. This survival instinct is related to the Filipinos who barely carry on through the harsh economic and social circumstances. Let's proceed of the weakness of the Filipino characters. First one of the weakness of the Filipino character is the extreme personalism. Filipinos view the world in terms of personal relationships, and the extent to which one is able personally to relate to things in people determines our recognition of their existence and the value. This personalism is manifested in the tendency to give personal interpretations, actions to, example, take things personally. Personalism is also manifested in the need to establish personal relationships before any business or work relationship can be successful. The second one of the weakness of the Filipino characters is the extreme family-centeredness. It means that while concern for the family is one of the Filipinos' greatest strengths, in the extreme, it becomes a serious flaw. Excessive concern for the family creates an in-group to which the Filipino is firstly loyal to the detriment of concern for the larger community or the common good. The third one of the weaknesses of the Filipino characters is lack of discipline. It means that lack of discipline, casual and relaxed attitude towards time and space, which manifests itself in lack of precision and impulsiveness, important management and procrastination, and impatient and able to delay gratification or reward, resulting in the use of shortcuts, skirting the rules, or a pursuit syndrome, and foolhardiness. Lack of discipline, ningas kugon, starting out projects with full vigor and interest which abruptly died down, leaving things unfinished. Also, lack of discipline often results in inefficient and wasteful work systems, the violation of rules leading to more serious transgressions, and a casual work ethic leading to careless and lack of follow-through. The fourth one of the weaknesses of the Filipino characters is the passivity and lack of initiative. Generally passive and lacking in initiative, strong reliance on others, high tolerance for inefficiency, for service, and even violations of one's basic rights, and also too patient and long-suffering, matiisin, too easily resigned to one's fate. Fifth one of weaknesses of the Filipino characters is the colonial mentality. Filipinos have a colonial mentality which is made of two dimensions. The first is a lack of patriotism or an active awareness or appreciation and love of the Philippines, and the second one is an actual preference for being things foreign. The last one of the weaknesses of the Filipino characters is the kanya-kanya syndrome. Kanya-kanya syndrome is a Filipinos have a selfish and self-serving attitude that generates a feeling of envy and competitiveness towards others, particularly one's peers who seem to have gained some status or prestige. Crab mentality. The kanya-kanya syndrome is also evident in personal ambition and drive for power and status that is completely insensitive to the common good. And also, the kanya-kanya syndrome results in the dampening of cooperative and community spirit in the denial of the rights of others. The strengths and the weaknesses of the Filipino have their roots in many factors such as the first one is the home environment, the second, the social environment, the third is the culture and language, the fourth is the history, the fifth is the educational system, and the sixth is the religion. And the number 7 is the economic environment, number 8 is the political environment, the 9 is the mass media, and the last, the 10 is the leadership and the role models.
That would be all, and thank you for listening to this little discussion, and I hope that you learned something in this video. Thank you!